on TV, your Milpitas edition. Todd Flesner here, along with Debbie Giordano.
Hi Todd, how are you?
Doing great.
Happy spring?
Yeah, spring is here.
Yes.
And that means house selling season.
Yes.
Which
we'll
is
talk
terrific.
about that later, yes.
Yes, we will talk about that. But in the meantime, we're glad that folks have tuned in to see us on Channel 26 in Milpitas.
Yep.
Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 6:30. Saturday and Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. So we're glad that you join us. And this afternoon, you might hear in the background, we're visiting with one of our local veterinarians, Dr. Tama Mumah.
Thank you, Todd.
Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome, Todd.
And so we're here at your clinic.
Thank you very much, and welcome to my clinic, Todd. And thank you too for coming
Yes.
over to.
You gave us a grand tour. This is really a nice place.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So where are we standing right now? What's
So we
this
are
area?
actually starting at the treatment section, and over here, pretty much we do mainly dentals. We do minor treatments. We also have in the ICU over here where we treat emergency patients, and pretty much most of the treatments are done around this area where the patients come from.
All right, well, doctor, let's start this off right. Tell us a little bit about your background. I know you kind of shared with me, but let's go pretty deep. Where did you come from? And,
Sure.
and then I know you said you had an office in Fremont before you came here.
Sure.
So where did you start, your background, and how did you end up here in Milpitas?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for asking. So I was born in a small country in West Africa called Cameroon. It's a bilingual country, so we speak French and English. And at the tender age of 4, I had like 2 pets, a cat, a dog, and also a rabbit. 3 pets, a cat, dog, and a rabbit. And I lost them when I was about 9 years old. And I
Wow.
felt really emotionally perturbed. And I decided I was going to look for ways and means to help these patients, because at that time there was no veterinarian in my local area. And so I pursued the necessary, I told my parents and I told my uncles this is what I was going to do.
So
And
at the age of 9, you knew you were
I
going to
knew
be
I
a
was
vet.
correct.
Isn't that amazing?
And finally I landed in the vet school, and I finally graduated in 1991. So 22 years I've been in practice, and pursued a master's degree in parasitology and entomology. I thought that wasn't enough, and I decided to open my first clinic, and then ended up moving to the United States, worked in Fremont for like 8 years, and I arrived in Milpitas today.
So now this is a brand new office that you have here.
Correct.
Yeah. So where are we located? We're in the corner of Calaveras and
Abel, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, so the street address?
This is 4 North Abel Street. The cross street is Calaveras and Abel Street.
Okay.
And it's off 880, 375, 237. And I just get off Calaveras, and you'll be at Abel and
Well,
Calaveras.
I know anybody who lives in Milpitas knows this intersection. We all drive through
Yeah,
this
it's
area.
a great
Correct.
location.
Yeah.
As you were taking us through the rooms, you have a surgery room and you have a holding room for the animals, and I understand your wife works here with you?
Sure, yes, my
And you
wife
have
does.
some other staff?
Correct. We do have 6 staff altogether, including my wife, 2 vet techs and 3 vet assistants. And my wife is a resident nurse. She's a practice manager.
Okay. Well, terrific. Well, can you tell us a little bit more about the services you offer here? Like as Debbie mentioned, you gave us a little bit of a tour. What sort of other facilities do you have here?
Sure, we do treat cats and dogs, small animals basically, and also exotics.
Okay.
Reptiles, so small animals, cat and dogs. Reptiles would be lizards, iguanas. We do take care of turtles as well, also guinea pigs and rabbits.
Wow, I imagine the exotic
Yes.
flair of your business
Correct.
takes a specialty, or are you unique in this area to having that?
Yes,
treatment?
sure, and for the fact that after about from the very peculiar area where I come from, and also my training, we've had extensive, training over the years on this exotics, working with various facilities that are specialized in this area. So work with bird rescue. I work with some reptile centers over there in Africa, and also in South Africa as well.
Okay. So as we walked around and toured earlier, you were kind enough to show us some of the specialized equipment you have here. Things like a dedicated X-ray
Correct.
room.
Correct. Yeah, we do have a very dedicated X-ray room, which is digital, and X-rays can be done. You can get those results in about 2 minutes, and with give you the diagnostics right away. We also do have specialists which we could consult with if we send those x-rays, and within 30 minutes we'll get those results.
And in your surgery room, you had a laser?
Sure, we do have also a correct X-Light laser. It's a most current laser, state of the art a machine we're using right now. Now, the beauty about it is it cauterizes. It's just faster healing. There's less bleeding and there's less pain. And most of eye surgeries or palate surgeries or surgeries in the ear, we do use that particular equipment to do those.
Well, you also have on-site pharmacy?
Yes, correct. Correct. We have a complete, on-site pharmacy and also a complete in-house laboratory. We could get results also in 10 minutes in cases of emergency. We can get those results right away. Also, we are very flexible. The doctor's phone number is always open 24/7. Even after office hours, I do take calls even at midnight from my patients. And the beauty about us again is that you can contact us at any time.
So that your patients call you or their owners call you?
Both. The owners call me on behalf of my patients.
I was going to say, wow, isn't there Ed the talking horse or some show?
I like that.
So let me ask you, doctor, about pet adoptions. Do you do any pet adoptions here? And if you don't, what advice do you give for folks that want to adopt?
We don't do pet adoption, but we help those that adopt. We do spay and neuter. We just finished up a program with the Humane Society of Silicon Valley in February, where we spayed almost like about 18 and neutered about 5 cats and dogs all together. Special advice for adoptions. One, first, you want to make sure that you get the pets examined, number one. They need to get exams every year. Number two, they need to get vaccinated. 3, they need to get checked, especially for cats. They need to get checked for cat AIDS and leukemia. You need to get checked for worms. For dogs, you want to check them for heartworms. And for both of them, you want to place them on flea preventative, because skin diseases happens to be one of the most common things we see around. If you can just prevent, take them to the hospital for checkup every year and put them on flea preventative. Check them for worms, check them for heartworms, put them on heartworm preventative. And then you're gonna avoid going to the vet bills and stuff. So it is pretty costly as well. So that's another advice I give. So before you think about adopting any pet, know that there's some expenses involved, and so you want to make sure you have at least some extra resources available to take care of those patients.
So with spring upon us now, is fleas and ticks, does that become a concern for pet owners that maybe have indoor-outdoor pets?
We surprisingly, we're seeing the incidence of fleas increase in those indoor pets as well. It is common, mostly we see a lot of fleas in summer, right? Because it's hot, the flea eggs hatch, and then the adult fleas go and infest. But we do see them in winter as well. And fleas can actually stick in your pants, and you take them into the house. So indoor pets both also have fleas, and that's usually from maybe from the stray pets that come around and drop the fleas outside, and then the owners themselves take fleas into the house. So both indoor and outdoor pets, I do strongly recommend they stay on a monthly flea preventative.
Let me ask you, so you have a lot of on-call, you're available 24/7 it sounds like. Do you do house calls?
Yes, I do house calls, correct. So although we close, we do house calls, correct. And I'm available 24/7. Even when the doors are shut, my clients still call me, and my phone is always open, and I would come back if there's an emergency, if my clients need me to come back to the hospital. And that's just a special service we offer.
Terrific. So now you're new in terms of your business here in Milpitas and getting yourself established. What sort of objectives or goals do you have? If you look down the road, what's your vision for your business here in Milpitas?
My vision for this business is to be able to provide tender, loving care, compassionate care to pet owners and to the pets themselves. It has been my long-term aspiration to provide that personal service. This is the first hospital I'm owning in the United States. I'm putting a lot of efforts to make sure I provide that compassionate service, professional service, and also help those, especially those that are adopting. I hope to actually, in due course, help the pet adoption centers and spays and neuters, cheap vaccinations, cheap flea, affordable flea preventative medicines, affordable spay and neuter programs, and I intend to grow as well. Hopefully, maybe have 1 or 2 or 3 other clinics.
Oh, that would be nice.
Correct. Yeah.
And I imagine folks get very attached to their animals.
Yes.
I mean, I am not personally, I have no pets at home.
Right.
My daughter has a couple dogs. We have a little bit in our history, but I can only imagine the lifespan that happens with the animals and how they become part of the family.
Correct.
So that's really nice that you offer that other element of the compassion with your care.
Correct. I would like to be, each family's other family doctor, and that passion we carry along with what we do, and that's why each pet that gets sick, we feel for it.
Well, and the other thing I want to add is I want to thank you for joining our local Rotary Club, and that's a club that provides service above self, and I think you're going to be a great attribute to our club and compliment, and we're really happy to have you, and it really shows your dedication to not only to your career but to the community.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, Dr. Tama, it's been a pleasure to get to know you and your practice.
Yes.
Thank you
And
very much, Todd.
Thank you for joining us on our show. And I think Debbie's got a little gift for you here.
I do.
Oh,
I
this is
never
awesome.
forget.
Oh my God,
me.
this is awesome.
Well, we get these little printed T-shirts, so I made that go nice under your white jacket. It's a Valley Homes on TV, Milpitas Edition T-shirt. So
This is awesome.
Take
Thank you
that
so very much. I
for
appreciate
being a
it,
guest
Debbie.
on our show.
Thank
We
you so
thank
much.
you, and
And
good
thank you.
luck to your business.
Thank
there.
you, and
I
thank
know
you
you'll
guys
do
for
well.
coming. Thank you very
Thanks
much.
again, Dr.
You're
Tama.
welcome. All right. Have a good day.
I'll tell you, California is one great state, but it hasn't been a walk in the park. I mean, they call me invasive species. Nice, huh? Or hungry pests. Like I'm some kind of bad guy or something. I mean, do I look invasive? No. You should think of me as a culinary tourist. Yeah, I'm sort of a footloose foodie of your fields and trees. I just want to sample the local fare. Just a taste, really. And I'm not the pushy type. People help me get around, mostly on the things they move and pack. Did you know I'm completely vegetarian? Yeah, very healthy. Hungry pests. Oh, gotta run. I do have a lot of mouths to feed.
The truth is, hungry pests threaten to devour California's trees and agriculture. It's up to each of us to learn to leave hungry pests behind. Go to hungrypests.com and get the facts. A message from the USDA.
Come on. See what I mean?
Through the years, trends and styles may come and go, but the important things remain the same. Generation after generation, consistently there, creating moments and memories to last a lifetime. Like a true friend, the national parks have always been there for you, and now you can be there for them. Support the National Park Foundation and help protect America's treasured places.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Valley Homes on TV. This is the portion of our show where we wrap up, talk about housing statistics and loan information. Todd, we had some interesting shows this month. We went up to Spring Valley and interviewed their fire department.
Yeah, the volunteer fire department of the Spring Valley. What a dedicated group of guys and gals that serve our community and protect our hills here in Milpitas.
And then Dr. Tama Mumah,
Mumah.
local veterinarian and a local retiring with us. And
Right, yeah, he's
what an
been
interesting background.
Very interesting, and a new business here to Milpitas.
And serves exotic animals. So if
Yeah.
anybody's got a special animal and they don't know where they can get it treated, if you got an iguana that's not feeling well, I would call Dr.
Well,
Tama.
and very impressive facilities. They're state-of-the-art facilities to be able to treat all your animals. So.
Yeah, that was fun. That was really nice seeing that. So this is kind of an interesting part of the show. I guess I feel like a broken record every time talking about housing statistics. They just climb. They're continuing to climb.
We are in an interesting market, aren't we?
We are. It's a good one. It's a nice one to work. And I know we were just talking offline about your challenge with an appraisal. So we've got, well, let me just share real quick. Home sales flexing muscle, San Jose Mercury. So there it is, headlines. That's just a week or so ago. And certainly the prices are up, and you've got an issue where the value has not caught up with what the buyer's willing to pay.
Right, well, yeah, we're in a rapidly moving market. You're probably seeing that with offers, multiple offers coming
Yes.
in over offer or asking price. And in some instances, when we're trying to do a loan for a property like that, where the market is climbing fairly rapidly, sometimes the data to support that sale may be lagging. And that's what we're seeing with some appraisals now, is that it can be a little bit more of a challenge for the appraiser to get the comparable sales in the neighborhood to support the higher value. They understand and they know that the market is moving. However, to support that, they have to provide the data that says, here's where properties are
So
selling.
let me ask you, in your loan business then, when the appraisal doesn't come in at the value, the buyer has to come up with that difference in cash, or what?
Correct. I mean, the bank will still do the loan, but they'll loan based on the appraised value.
Okay.
Or the lower of the appraised value or the purchase price. So, so there may be a need to bring in a little bit more cash than someone was maybe planning on if they wanted a lower down payment. So it doesn't mean the end of the transaction, but also understanding if you're in the middle of a purchase transaction, what the dynamic is going on around you, and some of the other challenges that can come down the road with that.
Absolutely. So where are interest rates at today, Todd?
Well, they're great. We're still in the threes.
Yay!
Yeah, fantastic. A little bit of volatility in the market. There have been a number of things going on. Some interesting things happening in Europe with the EU and the country of Cyprus, where they were looking at perhaps taking savings and
Cyprus affects what we do here?
yes.
Wow.
Yeah, because they were looking to go to savings accounts of people who had banking interests in Cyprus and in essence tax those accounts and just take funds from that to fund the EU. And that doesn't produce confidence in the banking system. And as a result, there was what we know as a flight to safety. So that means our U.S.-backed bonds and mortgage bonds here became a little bit more attractive investment, and therefore rates could dip. Well, that was a short-lived sort of thing, and it looked like they might be going back up again.
Well, nationally, we've had a uptick in the stock market.
Yes.
That's been a huge increase.
Two things, the stock market at the record levels that it's at right now, but also unemployment numbers are starting to look better. So there's some recovery signs in the economy. And so that's going to mean that interest rates are probably going to just ease up just a little bit.
That would be a safe prediction, I think, and we'll check in with you next month and see how things are doing. So.
But overall, the message is rates are still great. They're still in the threes.
And obviously, you're doing refis.
I'm doing lots of refis and purchases, and it's busy right now.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, real quick on the housing stats numbers. Single-family homes in February 2012 was 505,000 for an average price, and median price was 472,000. Last month, February 2013, we had an average price of 595,000, median price of 585. Condos and townhomes in February of 2012, 257,000 average price and 203,000 for a median price, and that's really jumped high. Last month, average price 359,000 and median price 389,000. That's kind of exciting. So what that allows is maybe somebody that bought in. I've had some buyers that have come out of being they're a condo buyer years ago, and now they're able to trade up and go on up into single-family homes. So it's kind of exciting.
So it's a good move-up market.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Real quick, I wanted to offer anybody, if you want to send an email to me, or Todd will give his, I'm at giordanodj@aol.com. And if you have any questions or concerns, we can bring onto the show some preparation tips. Now is the time to think about preparing your home for the market, and maintenance and returning the investment on your home is another article that we can email out to you that you might be interested in. And if you're going to recolor the house, there are particular colors that you have that are able to sell your house better with some subtle coloring of walls and that. And so I can share that information with you. And
terrific.
Get the
I
home
see
ready.
green is in there, the color of money, so that's one of the...
And the red door, whatever that
So
means.
good, yeah, so we can give some tips to folks
Give
on
tips
that.
to folks they want to do that.
Terrific. So email where the folks get a hold of if they want to get that information.
GiordanoDJ@aol.com. And Todd, you?
It's T. Flesner, so Tflesner, at GM West, like Great Mortgage, directionwest.com.
Well, you're with that new company now, and I hear you're doing quite well. So.
Yes, very good, and great rates, great selection of loan products, and I'm really happy with what they're able to support me with. Their guarantee mortgage.
Great. Well, we'll see you right around the bend. We're going to be showing up. I think we're popping up at Ed Levine County Park.
That's right. We're going to get a chance to find out more about what's there in the hills.
Nice.
One of the greatest resources here in Milpitas, our hills.
Good to see you again. Thank you for watching Valley Homes on TV.